Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on Life After Lockup Season 6, Episode 12. It's titled Sugar Daddy Drama. Let's get started with Letitia Keith. We're going to try and go fast because this was very entertaining. This episode was very entertaining and it was a lot. I don't want my camera to die out on me, well, my phone to die out on me, so we're going to try and go fast. So the first couple is Letitia and Keith. I don't know what they did in that limo. I hope all they did was make out. Letitia wanted them to drive to the halfway house in the limo, but Keith's paperwork from jail said he had to take the bus. So take the bus they did. Letitia told Keith that she is not comfortable with him going to the halfway house because it's co-ed. He told her, "You just gotta trust me. Let's hope he's trustworthy." So they got themselves on the bus and they are on their way to the halfway house. I know that limo driver was glad to get rid of them. When they got off the bus, friends and family was there to greet him with welcome home signs. Letitia's kids were there. I loved that his grandmother was there, and that made me tear up. His aunt was there, his stepmother was there, his sister was there, and his father was there. And his father cried, which made me cry. It was a bunch of friends and family. And I think this was the best welcome home I've ever seen on this show. So now it's time for him to go to the halfway house. Letitia said he has to be there for 3 months, and it's about 25 minutes from where she lives. So that's good. So they dropped him off at the halfway house, and that was that. Good luck to Keith. Next up, we have Will and Courtney. Will found out that Courtney was being released from jail, and he has to drive 10 hours to Portland to pick her up from jail. I think he should just call her an Uber to pick her up from jail. I think Courtney is a pain in the butt. She is selfish. She's a selfish, spoiled brat. On his way driving from California to Oregon, he got a call from, I think it was Courtney's PO. And the PO told him that since she violated her parole, she did not qualify for the state transfer. Will is pissed. He pulled the car over and he is debating whether or not to go pick her up from jail. I don't think he should pick her up. I think he should file for an annulment ASAP. Courtney needs to go to rehab and get her life together. So next we see Courtney walking out of the county jail, looking all around. Then we hear a voice saying, "Who are you looking for?" And it's her friend Mark. Courtney asks him, "Where's Will?" Mark told her, "Ain't nobody here but me." So they hugged, and she told him thanks because he sent her money and he's now picking her up from jail. She called Will and told him that she just got out of jail and she can't believe he was not there to pick her up. Will told her he was in Sacramento living his best life. Let me turn this thing off. It's so loud. She told him he need to be there for her when she's down. He told her to act better. Don't be down, act better. Don't put yourself down. Don't be doing drugs and getting down and getting thrown in jail. Act better. She told him that, excuse me, I was eating fruits earlier. She told him that she is not a drug addict, and if he was there, this would not have happened. That's crazy. She was doing drugs when he was there, and he asked her about it the next day, and she went off on him when he confronted her about being high. So when he was there, she was high. So I don't know why she's saying this wouldn't have happened if you were here. She's delusional. She denies being a drug addict and blames everything on him. Will told her to take accountability for her actions. Exactly. He told her she was denied the interstate compact. Will finally asked her, "Who picked you up from jail?" She told him, "Mark." Will said, "And just who the F is Mark?" Courtney said, "My friend who has been there for me, who is actually taking care of me." And why did she say that to him? Why did she say that to Will? Will went off. Will said he is the guy who has bought her, he is the one that bought her a phone. Will said he is the one that spent $3,000 on clothes for her. Will said he is the one that picked her up from jail the first time. Will said that's right, he did all of that for her. Courtney said she met Mark through mutual friends 5 years ago. She said the word sugar daddy is just a label. She said Mark helped her out with cash every now and then. I need a Mark in my life. She said when Will dropped the ball, Mark picks it up. She said she told Will that when Mark sent money, he doesn't bitch at her. Again, where's my Mark? She told Will all you ever sent me was $300. She told him she can't do nothing with $300 but wipe her butt with it. She's such an ungrateful little... Okay. Then Mark said to Courtney, F that dude, let's go. Will told Courtney that Mark just wants to sleep with her. She told Will, no, he understands me and forgives me. Why didn't she marry Mark then? If Mark is all of this, why didn't she just marry Mark? Will asked her where is she going to live. She told him that she is moving into a different halfway house, and now this halfway house she has to pay rent. So she asked Will for money so that she can get back on her feet. He told her absolutely not, and he hung up. She told him, you're my effing husband. Well, he didn't hang up. She asked him for money, and he told her absolutely not. She told him, you're my effing husband. Will told her to go ask Mark for money, and then he hung up. And this was the second time he denied her money and hung up on her. And I'm loving it, because she's a spoiled brat, and she needs to learn to stand on her own 2 feet. If he gives her money, she's just going to use it for drugs. Mark told Courtney, I care for you. It's going to be okay. Just smile. Then he put her in his car and they drove off. Will said, I don't know who the hell I married. Courtney and Mark are on their way to the old halfway house to pick up her stuff. Because she's going to a new halfway house. Courtney told us that she was introduced to GHB before she went to prison the first time. She said GHB makes you feel like you're drunk. And she blames Will again. She said she did GHB because she was fighting with Will and she needed to relax. So she blamed Will again for getting caught with drugs. So then she's in the car with Mark, trash talking her husband Will, and Mark is lapping it up. And he starts trash talking Will too and putting Courtney on a pedestal. The messy producer asked Courtney if she has been intimate with Mark. Courtney said, hell to the no, not in this life, not in the next life, not ever. She said he's just a friend. She told Mark that she wants to fix things with Will, but all he does is throw back in her face everything that he's done for her. So Courtney wants she wants everything, but she doesn't want to give anything. She wants everything from Will, but she doesn't want to give him anything. So Mark said, F him. Then he told her, distance yourself from Will. He told her, I love you. It's good that you were denied to leave the state. Now we can spend more time together. Mark is shooting his shot. But Courtney's only interested in his money and a ride to the halfway house. Courtney said she will do whatever it takes to get by. Next we have Bianca and Danielle. Daniel found an email letting him know that he has to go to court for a Walmart shoplifting charge he got before he went to jail the first time. Bianca is pissed because she thinks he's irresponsible, and she also thinks he's hiding things from her. And he is, because he relapsed and didn't tell her. So next we see Daniel driving out to his court date. He said he has a 7-hour drive. He said he left the apartment and did not say goodbye to Bianca because he's tired of her whining and complaining. Daniel said he has all his certificate from prison about being, his certificate from being good in jail, I guess. I don't know. Because he didn't go to rehab in jail because he relapsed while he was in jail as well. But said he has his certificates from jail. And he said He is not the guy that was so heavily into drugs that stole from Walmart to support his habit. He's a different man. He's a changed man, he said. So next we see Bianca. She's in her car with her cat, and she said if Daniel get rearrested, she is done with him because she doesn't want to do another prison boyfriend, another prison relationship. She said Daniel has been treating her like trash. She said she has been texting him and he hasn't responded. Well, he's driving. He has a 7-hour drive. He's not going to respond during the drive to a text. I mean, you can respond through Bluetooth. I do it through your car through Bluetooth. But the man has a 7-hour drive. Give him a break, Bianca. Damn. So she took her cat to a pet shop and met up with a friend named Katie, who is 10 years older than her. And Bianca told Katie all of Daniel's business and started to talk shit about him. Bianca told Katie that she doesn't know how to communicate with Daniel. Katie suggests writing a letter. Bianca said no, he won't read it. He'll crumple it up and throw it in the trash. Katie said that's a red flag. Bianca commenced to talk more shit about Daniel. She said he doesn't care about anything. He doesn't care about their relationship. He doesn't care about her. He doesn't care about himself. He doesn't care about his freedom. And Katie has nothing but negative things to say about Daniel, but all she's hearing is a one-sided story. Next, we have Kiana and Demondrick and Juela. Demondrick is at Kiana's house. He told her he talked to Juela, and Juela said, hell no, you ain't coming to the party, Kiana. Kiana is pissed. She wants to go to the party. Demondrick told her, well, it's not about you, it's about the kids. So the next time we see them, they are having a good time, living their best life, enjoying each other's company. That's Demondrick and Kiana. Then we see Juela. Juela goes over to her cousin's house, I guess, to do makeup for her. She has a certain amount of hours that she needs to do makeup on somebody. I guess she's still in school and stuff like that. So she needs to do her practice. And we find out more about Juela. Juela told us that her father was locked up her entire life and her mother worked a lot, so her grandmother raised her. She said she started her own business and all she wants to do is be a good mother to her babies. Juela said she can get Demondrick whenever she wants Demondrick. She can get Demondrick. So next we see Kiana. Kiana is at her hair salon talking to her co-workers. She told them that now she's back with Demondrick and everything is good, but she ain't friends with Juela. So back over to Juela. Juela showed her cousin the picture that Kiana posted of her on Facebook in her lingerie. That's the picture she had sent to Demondrick. Juela had went through Demondrick's phone, found a picture, and posted it on Facebook. So next, back to Kiana. We see her still at the salon. She gets a phone call. She removed her mic and went into the restroom to talk on the phone, and we were left with a cliffhanger there. At one point, we did see Kiana saying, I can't believe this hoe. And then we saw Juela saying she deserved it. So we are left with a cliffhanger. We won't know what happened until next week. Next up, we have Justine and Michael. They are boxing because Justine wants to lose her baby fat. Justine talked to Michael about talking to his daughter about fighting because she doesn't want his daughter to get in trouble like he did and ruin her life. So they get to the gym and they are doing their little boxing routine. Michael asked Justine what won't she compromise on regarding the wedding. She said her dress and his tux. He told her he's fine with that, but he's not fine with the $6,000 budget. So he pitched her the idea to invest in the barbershop and use the profits for the wedding. Right away, you can see Justin is not liking that idea. Her expression said it all. She was not happy. She said he always put business before them. So next, Michael took Justine to meet up with the barber friend who he's going to go into business with. So getting down to the nitty-gritty, the barber told them that to start up the business, it's going to cost $100,000. Justine said, what about the wedding budget? Michael told her that the wedding can't help them financially. He said to her, why are you bringing up a wedding in a business meeting? Then there was a girl there and she asked if they are willing to postpone the wedding right away. Right away, Michael said, yes, we can do that. We can postpone the wedding. Justine was flabbergasted. Her face was priceless. The girl explained that once the business start making money, then they can have their dream wedding. Use that money to have the dream wedding, the profit from the business. And right away, Michael agrees. He said, that's a great idea. That's a wonderful idea. And this is why. And but before he could explain, Justin said, I don't want to hear why. Mike said, don't be rude to me. You need to hear this. This is a partnership. Justine got up and she walked out, and Mike followed behind her, trying to talk to her. She didn't want to hear shit he had to say. Last but not least, we have Brooke and JK. JK wants to start his own hotshot business, so he is looking at a truck for sale. He has no job, no money, but he is truck shopping. Anyway, while he's doing that, he gets a text from Bonnie, and it says, come see me right now. But then his father popped up from nowhere. He said he has resentment towards his father for not being there for him because his father worked a lot and was gone for months cross country doing freight hauling. He said his hot shot is moving merchandise from point A to point B, and typically he'll be home every night, so he'll be there for his kids. JK told his father that when he was in prison, he wrote him a nice long letter expressing his feelings, but when his father wrote back, all his father wrote about was his job and his dogs. And JK started to cry. He told his father that he really needed him when he was in jail. JK's father said he was not there for JK when he was growing up because of his job. Then he said all you can do is raise your kids and let them choose their path. But he just told us you didn't raise your kids, you were on the road doing your job. So how you say all you can do is raise your kids and let them choose their path? You didn't raise your kids. So he proved to JK that he loved him by showing him that he tattooed JK's name on his arm. I think it was his arm. He told JK that he would never leave him and he's always in his heart. So they told each other, I love you, and they hugged. JK wants his father to invest in his hotshot business and make it a family business. I think JK wanted his father to buy him that truck. JK's father said JK has a temper and he will lash out. But JK didn't lash out today. He didn't lash out yet. Ain't nothing pop off yet for him to lash off. So JK said goodbye to his father, and him and his friend went to see Bonnie at her job. She put herself on a break. Bonnie put herself on a break, sat down to spill the tea to JK. She told JK that Brooke came to see her. JK said, when did she come to see you? She's at work. And Tattletale Bonnie said, apparently not. So next we see Brooke. Brooke is at JK's mother's house and she's cooking dinner. And I guess that's how she earns her keep there, by cooking dinner. JK's mother asked her, what did she do today? She said, I did my merchandise job. Lie. JK comes home with food from Bonnie's restaurant and moved Brooke's food out of the way. He moved her food off the table. He said, I don't need that. Brooke said, why? JK said, I got my own food. Brooke said, you are not going to eat the food I cooked? JK said, nah, I'm good on that. Brooke said, what's the problem? JK asked her how was her day and did anything interesting happen. She said no. He finally cut to the chase and told her that he went to see Bonnie. He told her that they need to talk about why she didn't tell him that she lost her job. He told her she is a liar and she's sneaky and she's doing the same thing Alex did. Brooke said, what did you say to me about Alex? JK said, F all that. Why are you lying? Brooke said, if you want me to be like Alex, I can do that. I know JK is upset, but he's going about this the wrong way. She lost her job. She can get another job. That's life. It happens. In the meantime, he's a criminal with an ankle bracelet on. He's jobless. He's homeless. He has no money. He needs to calm it down. He needs to chill out. Stop being a drama queen. JK walked out of the house, and JK's mother told Brooke that she shouldn't have lied to him and she needs to go out there and talk to him. So Brooke goes outside to talk to him, and they start to argue. He told her she has had 8 jobs in 1 year. She said, where's your job? He said, bitch, I'm getting a job. She said, when? So they cussed each other out. He told her to go back to the town that she came from. She said, well, I have a car that can get me there. Dig at him because he don't have a car. Then he said, get the F out of my house. His house. She said, I'll leave when I'm effing ready. So yeah, they argued. They went back in the house, and their arguments are very entertaining to me. Very entertaining. So that was the end of the episode. This is the end of my review. Thank you so very much for watching. Princess on a Pillow here. Bye.